Well, here we are in the middle of battery madness. Welcome to the battery episode. Battery management system episode. Lots of little wires, lots of big wires. I don't know where I'm going with this. Maybe you'll learn something.
Hey guys, I'm Christopher, this is Zach. Together we're Dream EV, the dynamic duo building an electric Vanagon on YouTube. That's this channel right here where you are.
Welcome.
We're actually on the second day of this episode, kind of doing a time jump. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to rewind the footage, get you guys caught back up to speed, and then we're going to jump back in head first and figure out what wires actually connect to where. I got a big old monster spreadsheet, so we're going to whip that guy out. And maybe we'll have some fun on this episode.
I don't know if fun's the right word.
Yeah.
But be prepared for a lot of little teeny tiny wires.
Heat shrink. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. We got clear this time.
I'm glad you're excited. Let's do it. Here's our battery pack on the table. We've got our big high voltage wire just in place so that we know where it is, so we make sure we leave room for it. And we have to put our battery management modules in place. 4 of them, and they're all gonna live here. So there'll be 2 here, and then the other 2 on the other side, like so. And that's where all our little bundles are gonna run to.
Got a little bit of lube. And I got this guy. Can you see that? That's a drill and a tap at the same time. So we're gonna try and drill and tap this hole, I think. Okay. Let's clean this up, see how we did. Six. M3 is what these are. They're very small. That? It's like it was planned, huh? Huh? Okay, let's go in here now. Okay, I'm gonna do more drilling. Okay, so the Tesla drive unit on our Vanagon will accept a range of voltage for normal operation. Okay, each one of these modules comes in at about 64 volts, right? When you string 6 of them together in series, you get about 380 volts, right? That's right in the happy range for our drive unit. Now what we wanted to do is we wanted to go further. So the natural response to that would be to double the pack capacity while keeping the same voltage. And in order to do that, we have to parallelize this pack in a manner. Now, normal paralleling would be two cells, they're happy little buddies, paired together, and then right after that is another pair of cells, okay, and that just goes on and on and on. Our cells are packaged in modules, and that's not so easy for us to accomplish. So what we're doing is we're pairing the modules at a module level using crossover cables, and then we're pairing the cells at a cell level using the BMS wires. And in order for us to not make a bunch of white smoke, what we're also doing at the same time is adding a series of fuses at each cell before it gets onto the common BMS measurement wires. 12 packs doubles the cell count. So what we have to do is make a Y harness with two little fuses that go to the plugs on the battery itself.
Got that? Four, three. So there's that, and then
Alright, so you should have 8 dongly-do totals.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Perfect. Okay, so that's as bulky as this is gonna be, plus 2 wires.
That's not too bad.
No.
Oh, that looks good. We've done well. I like that.
If this fits in between our crossover cables, we're golden. If it doesn't, then... Here, come over here. It's tight quarters, but...
It is tight. They could all roll a little that way.
Well, we're planning on them to go straight down, yeah?
I mean, yeah. Jeez Louise, man. So tight. And this one to this one is going to go over the top.
Yep. I'll go like... Bada bingo.
Okay. It's crazy.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, kind of is nice.
Nice and funky.
It's a little funky looking now.
Tell us what a BMS actually does.
All right, so we know that these big batteries are made up of a lot of little tiny batteries. Well, not tiny, but littler batteries called cells. So each cell gets monitored by the BMS individually. And that BMS tracks the voltage inside of each individual cell, and it regulates so that you don't get an overcharge or one cell isn't drained more than the other cells around it, to keep the pack regulated somewhere in the same vicinity, and it protects your batteries.
What about a thermistor? How does a thermistor work?
Yeah, so these extra little harnesses that you haven't seen yet, or we haven't showed you yet, plug into these extra little plugs, and they monitor the thermistors. Within each battery are several thermistors, and what that is a small device that, as the temperature changes, it actually changes its conductivity resistance, and so the power running through it changes with the temperature, and it monitors that voltage and can tell you if it's too hot or too cold or whatnot, and so it pretty much monitors the temperature of batteries, which is important. Overheating a battery can cause damage.
What would you tell your mom if she was here and interested in what you did today?
Oh my gosh, we went from mental plan to getting it down to a physical reality. So we knew that we had to have these fuses in line. We didn't know where those fuses were going to live, and we just decided, hey, the wire has to come out of the plug, drop straight down, and come over. Right at that drop seems like a really good place to package all those fuses. It makes it tidy, and that way we can just make up all the plugs and have them ready. So that was a good thing. So we've decided to do that. We've decided, figured out where they're going to live and kind of how the cables are going to run around and catch all of these cells and monitor them. So we've went from what we had all in our brains to an actual physical reality. We know how it's all going to go. Yeah, let's just get an overhead shot. Let's clear out an area, get an overhead shot, and kind of show like what we've got.
This is every step in order to make a tail, and we have just under 200 of these to make. So, starting the timer now, first thing we got to do is cut off the excess length of these fuses. Now these are surface mount fuses, I think, is what they're made for, but they do equally well in line for our purposes. So I'm not too concerned with that. We got to cut these guys to length. Luckily we already have one. I think you got to strip the ends. Okay, and now they're ready to be joined. We're going to use our open barrel crimps with the tiniest crimp that we got. Boom. Okay, ready to go. Okay. Now, in order to make these 7 inches, right, what we do is we just grab the entire roll of wire, strip off the end, grab our open barrel crimp that I promptly lost. There it is. Thank you. These copper strands go a little bit crazy, but it's not too bad. And then with the ruler that got put away, I think,
Just compare the bones there.
we're going to measure out 7 inches, but this is fine. Boom. And then last thing we want to do is heat shrink. And there we have it. That's one of our 200 tails that we need to make. So, I mean, we fast forwarded it, but the time it took is on the screen, and we could do the math, and it's easy, and this is going to take absolutely forever. But that's the process, and now it's just a matter of getting on that boat and taking it for a ride. Boing.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to get in here and knock this thing out.
I'm thinking that maybe I'll watch like Die Hard, and then make a bunch of them tails up. Why not,
It's true. Put on a movie you've seen before, so you don't have to really pay real close attention, but it's still entertaining.
We could, what we could do? Tom Hanks marathon. Yes. Yes.
I like it.
What would you start with?
Doing a Tom Hanks marathon? I mean, okay. Castaway rings.
Ooh, that's a good one. I
Well.
forgot about that one.
Yeah. What would you do?
Oh, Forrest Gump for sure.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Forrest
I worked really hard in between work days getting these leads together, and I almost made them all happen, and I worked until I ran out of wire. We got two sizes. We have a high fuse size and a low fuse size, if you'll notice. Right, it's just the location of the fuse, and we offset this so that they nest a little nicer when it comes to the plug itself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work with this stuff. We're gonna order more wire in the mail, and then we're gonna make more of our long leads when those get here. But for the time being, I think what Zach's gonna do is he's gonna take these leads that have already been crimped during the Tom Hanks movie marathon, and he's going to add some heat shrink to it to protect it. Because, like, I mean, these are little delicate fuses, and the heat shrink actually does add a little bit of strength, so that's exciting.
A lot of leads that are ready to go, heat shrinked, ready to go, all our fuses. And now we're just gonna kind of lay it out and just make sure we've got it all right. Like, this lead definitely needs to go here, yada yada yada. Double check, and then we might actually start finalizing, cutting, crimping, and putting in a harness. So BMS harness, here we go.
Plug goes to where it needs to. All the circuit goes to the BMS, and it's been tested with our little testing board, so that's super exciting. And yeah, I think we figured out the system for the first ones at least.
We are going to try to finish up this half of the battery pack, BMS, and you saw some time lapse is what that's called, time lapse of that. We're going to give you a close-up, so if you're into that, for sure, stick around.
So it should be pins on the inside, then it rotates up and then it rotates down, right?
Right.
So pins go there. Okay, pins go there. Okay. Got my chart, look at that. That tells you where all the pins go. That's exciting. We are looking for bundle 2, line 6, line 8, line 10. Is that our guy?
Check.
6. Okay. 8.
Check.
Kind of looks like a 3, but whatever. 10. Here you go. Here. We're gonna cut to there, I think. I'm happy with that. Okay, Zach, that's your bundle. We have 2 bundles. One short and one long to go to the offset plugs. I'm gonna hold on to the long ones. No, wire number 6, module cell number 2. Okay, and 2, we're doing a front, Should be a long one. Number 2 is there. Okay. Let's actually adjust this. Number 6 goes to wire number 2. That's 6. That guy goes to here.
Heat shrink.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Heat shrink. Okay. Number 8 goes to lead plug number 4. Here. Yes. Heat shrink. Okay. BMS number wire 10 goes to line number 6. 6 is a long. Okay, now that Zach is done with that, we can do thermistors. They are on the most further outside plug holes. And with these guys, they don't matter left or right. They just need to be paired. Here. And here.
And we are ready for continuity checks.
Yes. 6.
So, wire
6
number
on your end.
6 from the LTC.
It's 14 on my
14
end.
on your end.
Okay.
Check.
Okay. 6 on my end is 14 on your end. The other way around.
Check.
Check. Okay. Now
12.
12.
Closest to the check.
Okay. 12.
Check.
12. Okay. There you go a little further. Yeah, there you go. Now these can be adjusted into shape, and the shape that they're going to be kind of looks like this. Looks like a thing, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we can keep on keeping on. Well, we did a thing. If you'll notice, there's BMS type activity up here. We got a bunch of white and black wires that run this direction and this direction. In addition to that, these wires terminate at very specific plugs. And these plugs are paired together. Well, we did at least half. This half. We ran out of shrink wrap. That wasn't so great. We also ran out of open barrel crimps. We also ran out of white 20 gauge TXL wire. We also ran out of energy to keep going. Like, there are so many things we're short on right now. But we're at a good point. We're at the halfway. We made a huge win. We know what we're doing now, so that's like half the battle right there. And, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, right? You gotta give yourself a little chart, give yourself a little organized, and you and your buddy, you can do this in your garage, you know? So just go out there and do it. It's only a pain in the ass when you start doing it. You got it. Goes that way. Goes that way.
The end of yet another episode.
We got plugs. Okay, sorry, I'll let you do your outro.
I mean, we've got plugs.
That's a great
It's
outro.
very exciting.
It only took 4 days, 2 spreadsheets. The first one was wrong. 200 tiny little fuses, about 700 crimping operations, about 350 feet of white 20 gauge wire, and 24 of these little white plugs.
And they are all tied together.
We pulled a long one, I suppose. This is kind of like a 4-day episode. It'll probably be bookended by 2 very short-ish episodes, you know, in order to keep our 2-week schedule up. If you guys want more of this electric car conversion action, come on back in 2 weeks' time. Zach and I will be doing this similar activity in very same outfits.
Yeah, we're done. Be good, people.
Bye.